Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Mid South Wrestling Review Series for August 4th, 1984. We are moving quickly through the year of 1984. If you're new here, certainly enjoy what we have. Over nearly 1,000 audios available. We're going to shoot for. I'm going to shoot to get up to 5,000 audios this year. That's my goal. Don't know if my schedule will allow it, but that's my goal. Anyway, TV champion Terry Taylor gets his television championship medals back. He talks about being frustrated with Steve Williams, talks about finally beating Crusher Khrushchev, talks about losing the time and the energy and all of that. And he admits he's going to have to eventually face Dr. Death in a one-on-one match. He's not thrilled about it, but he's willing to do it. Terry Taylor kind of looks like a weak babyface for the while. Jim Cornette up next, and Rocky Smith providing the opposition for his man Hercules. Obviously, Hercules has been a good bodyguard. He looks like $1,000,000, muscular as all get out, and he continues to be a guy that can be built around. We see Smith kind of trying to go for it. Kick by Hercules. Hercules catches him under the chin, several forearms, and basic stuff here. Back suplex by Hercules, and kind of high angle fall by Hercules. Hercules manages to go for the chin lock, kind of slows things down. He's been protected thus far in Mid-South and most of the places he's wrestled. Swinging neckbreaker, you begin to see Hercules wrestle a little bit more and have more of a move arsenal, and then you see kind of the $1,000,000 dream / choke out for Hercules to get the win. Bill Watts and Sonny King discuss the rules and how people aren't following the rules. Watts talks about things being new gimmick matches being added, the coal miner's glove, the lumberjack match, and all that over the years, and talks about the street fight that happened eventually. It's an interesting deal. Sonny King basically talks about wanting to avenge what happens with Butch Reed and being laid out and all of that, and very basic promo. We move to Bob Owens and Tim Horton versus the Fantastics. Fantastics still kind of, I guess I'd say, um, lacking direction, lacking uh, certainty, creativity, whatever. It's there. The Fantastics are coming to their coming out white top hats and coats and whatnot. Fantastics still haven't found themselves. Of course, we're talking about Fulton and Rogers in the area. They don't necessarily really do well until 86, 87 time frame. Tommy Rogers gets the arm bars, arm ringers, and all of that. Fulton comes in, manages to do what he can, keeps his team moving, and I believe it is a drop kick that leads to a quick win. Actually, a slam and then a top rope or second rope splash from Tommy Rogers gets the victory for the team. And then we move to Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Rick McCord. McCord obviously becomes Austin Idol eventually, and Dr. Death, Steve Williams, still claiming to be the rightful TV champion, still making a ton of noise in that direction, uses the um, kind of double leg pick. McCord kicks out of it pretty quickly. Grabs the side headlock, not willing to surrender. Shoulder tackle by Williams. Williams not happy with things, not happy with anything as it goes, and drop kick right under the chin by McCord. McCord misses the second drop kick. Williams not willing to take a backward step in that regard. A vertical suplex snaps him over. Beal across the ring snaps him over there too. Steve Williams doing everything he possibly can with an Irish whip and getting things going back his direction, or so he thinks. Big attempted Oklahoma Stampede, and Williams gets the victory with that one. Midnight Express against Hacksaw Jim Duggan and JYD. JY and Duggan, major fans of Hercules at ringside to accompany Cornette as well, and one cannot be surprised by that reality. Khrushchev and Hercules kind of making their way away, and some kind of almost bounty being placed on people's heads along the way there. Midnight Express makes their way down. They are still the hottest tag team in Mid South Wrestling and the tag team champions. Duggan and JYD, kind of circumventing the rules a bit here. And ultimately, we kind of see JYD start off, I believe, with Bobby Eaton and, Eaton bouncing around for the dog. Eaton wearing purple trunks this time. Eaton's got more trunks than I think he knows what to do with half the time. Dog manages a hip toss, then a crawling headbutt. Eaton heads out in a hurry, tag off to Condrey and tag off to Duggan. Duggan dominating Condrey, is standing on the throat, doing everything he can to get an advantage for his team, sending the head of Condrey into the head of the Junkyard Dog. Yes, it is as convoluted as it sounds. Tag off to Eaton. Eaton goes out to the floor, gets sent out to the floor by Duggan. The tag team champions need to regroup quite a bit here. Duggan tries to cut him off and manages a big body slam spinning style on Bobby Eaton. Duggan with a bit of a sloppy elbow drop. Gets it done, but it's awkward to say the very least. Attempted shot and then, snapmare by the dog. Dog manages to do everything he can do. Some shots there along the way, and ultimately a, couple of cheap shots and Eaton and Condrey managed to cut the dog off for a little bit. Dog comes back with a little bit of power, double heads together, both men gaining an advantage only for a minute. Big toss out of the corner by Duggan. Duggan with the hip toss, and the dog gets the pinning attempt. Cornette makes his way into the ring, drops weaponry along the way, and Duggan sends Eaton into the ropes. Referee is knocked out along the way here. Duggan goes for a big slam, slams Eaton right in the middle of the ring. Dog trying to wake the referee up and get himself back in a good way. Duggan hits the knee across the top of the head there. Meanwhile, this is a match really worth seeing just from the standpoint of using two top baby faces as a tag team against a top heel tag team. Cornette slides back in after Duggan hits an atomic drop, drops an elbow across Bobby Eaton's chest. Duggan, muscles up Cornette. Obviously not in the way that Cornette wants to be handled, and Cornette, by the way, wearing pea green suit pants. Hercules makes his way in, nails Duggan with some sort of flapjack. He's wearing a glove, but nails him with a weapon, circumventing the rules, and the Midnight Express get the victory with cheap wonder there. Cornette bragging about having Hercules and knowing how to use the rules to his advantage, knowing how to use the placement of the referee to his advantage. In a post-match interview, Landell and Khrushchev versus the Pretty Young Things don't understand the inconsistent tag teaming with Buddy Landell. Sometimes he's with Reed, sometimes he's with other people, sometimes he's with Khrushchev like today. The Pretty Young Things, Austin and Ware, still not as fully functional as they need to be. Ware with some drop kicks and hip tosses and the like. Then we see Norvell Austin come in, he hip tosses him over and kind of gets things going back in his general direction. Side headlock takeover and some shots there. Kick to the midsection and an Irish whip ultimately. And then we see some cutoffs by the benefit of Buddy Landel. Big body slam, and ultimately short knee by Norvell Austin, and they are riding Khrushchev and Landell pretty well. Tag off. Coco Ware comes in. I believe it's Coco Ware. Yeah, he manages to. Actually, all four guys enter the ring. The baby faces take quick control, but the match does not end with a victor because we are out of television time. No television time remaining, and we'll be back with more right after this.